The big issues with respect to biofuels, at least biofuels as we now know them, are whether or not to use food crops for fuel. The advantages of, I mean, why should we even consider using fuel crops for fuel? And the answer is we would like to find substitutes for petroleum. Petroleum has the disadvantages of contributing a lot of greenhouse gases, contributing to climate change in that way. There's the disadvantage of making us quite dependent upon foreign sources of oil. And it would be nice to find some kind of a substitute for that, but it's going to be a while before we have any really good substitutes. And the issue is whether or not we should use ethanol, biofuel-based ethanol, bio-based diesel, for transportation fuels. Right now, there is not any other scalable technology that's available to substitute for motor fuels other than biofuels. So in the short run, I think the agricultural industry of the world has demonstrated a sufficient capacity to increase output to more than compensate for what ethanol, for the grain that's gone into ethanol. That's in the short run, however. And in the long run, the increase in demand for food products is going to be relentless, and it is going to tax the capacity of the agricultural industry to produce enough that will keep prices in line with where they are right now. If agricultural productivity were to continue at the rate that it is now progressing and has been progressing for the last couple of decades, we will be able to produce 70% more agricultural output by 2050 with no increase in land, no increase in inputs. But there's a serious question as to whether we will be able to continue that rate of agricultural productivity over the next 40 years. And if we cannot, then we will not be able to provide both food and fuel for the population and the incomes that exist in 2050. So that's the long run point of view. There is a serious issue. In the short run, I don't believe there is a serious issue about food versus fuel.